Hello, Facebook and YouTube. I'm going to be making a new series of videos it's going to be called Championship Toy Belt Talk. And the reason I came up with this idea is because the other day somebody posted some pictures on my page that was interesting to me. Now, most of their belts were Jap Pacific, but there was one I saw that was very interesting. That was a fake. Yeah, I said fake. The belt on there was a smoking skull belt. Now, one they posted was Jap Pacific, and the other one was a fake Titan sports belt. Now, the reason I can tell they're fake is because they have no copyright of the WWE or WWF at that maybe at that time period or date on the belts. Now, I have some belts by my side here that I'd like to show everyone that proves that these belts are fake, you know, Titan Sports or Jap Pacific belts. Now, let me show you the first belt here. This is the fake. This is the ECW belt, but there is no date. There's no date or maker of the belt. All it says on the belt is, I don't know if you can see that or not, made in the USA. And I was thinking to myself, now this is the fake. Now, we have a couple. Now, the reason I think they're fake Titan Sports and not Jap Pacific because of the foam. The foam is thick like the Jap Pacific, like the Titan Sports ones are. Here, is the beginning. The first toy belt ever produced by the WWF at that time period. As you can see, it has the date, 1988, and the name that it's sponsored by, Titan Sports, the maker of the belts. That time period. Now, what I also got is a 1997, right before they changed over to their old label. They changed their, their sign or whatever, WWF, their attitude or whatever, to Attitude Era. This also has the Titan Sports, 1997. Now there's one out there just like this one that is a fake, but it has no Titan Sports or the date on it, and it's made by the same sports. Now I also have the 2007 ECW. Now this is the real ECW belt, toy belt, that they came out in 2007, right when they opened, they start selling these belts right before they open their new program with ECW. What? Well, it was okay. But this is not what this is about. This is about the belts. And what Jap Pacific belts did is they put all their, I probably can't really see it too much, but all their sponsors, all their, the the date and the maker of the belt, Jap Pacific, is on the back. You can't really see it too much because it's because of the light in my house, and it's in black and it's very hard to make out, but it is on there. You can see some lettering. There you go. Now we can see it. It says 2007 Jap Pacific, copyrighted. Very interesting. Now I also have this belt. Now this belt is WWE. Now what's cool about this belt, I'll show you this belt in a minute, but this belt is WWF. And let me show you the back here, and see if I can get it. You can see it. So you can see it there. It's a 2001 Jap Pacific WWF. Now what's interesting about these belts is this is when the trademark went over from Jap Pacific, took over from Titan Sports, because you can see on this belt, let's see, 2001, and they got 2 names on there. I'm going to get a new camera. There's 2 names on there. It's Jap Pacific and Titan Sports. Might be hard for you to see. Because of the light in my house and this camera, and it's not very, it's not, there we go. You can see it a little better now. You can see both 2001 Jap Pacific and Titan Sports. That's when Titan Sports dropped the rights to make toy belts and other toys. But I found something very interesting with all these belts I just showed you. Copyright. We all know the referee Earl Hebner. And what did he get in trouble for? What did he get let go for in 2005? For selling toys and other products without WWF or WWE's permission, without their copyright. And this is where I think these belts came from. These unknown, uncopyrighted, no dates, no nothing, belts came from. Because there's a Rey Mysterio, there's the Big Eagle, there's the Intercontinental out there, there's an old tag team, looks like exactly like the tag team belt that I also have, the gray one. There's the Smoking Skull belt, and also the Rock's belt. I forget what he called it, but that doesn't really matter. The one that was never, but the Rock's belt Jap Pacific was going to do, but they never came out with it on TV, so they dropped it. So, but that's where I think these belts came from, because it makes sense. Because right after Earl Hebner got fired, you know, a couple years later they came out with ECW. Then they dropped ECW, and Mattel took over in 2010. Took over the toy rights. So it makes sense, you know, the timeline and everything, you know. Titan Sports dropped off, you know, from Jap Pacific, you know, and he got a little shop or whatever and made copies of these toys and started selling them. Toys and other products, you know, or you know, and he got contact with people from like used to work for like Titan Sports, toy developers, and you know, he said, hey, you got these other, you know, got ECW, got these other cool ideas for, you know, toys and toy belts and other stuff, and he wanted to make a little money on the side. So that's just my idea where these belts came from. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll come back with another video maybe in a couple days, next week, whatever I feel like doing another one. Thank you and have a good night.